As you can see, it's a pretty quiet beach. There is absolutely not a soul around. Lots of beach trash. Welcome back, everyone. This adventure finds us on the North Island of Vancouver Island. We're going to be exploring Port Hardy area, Zeballos, and Grant Bay, and a few other little hidden gems along the way. Welcome aboard. First stop, Grant Bay. As you can see, this is an extremely beautiful spot, and at this time of year it's very rare that you actually see anybody here. The road in is about I don't know, about 80 kilometers from Port Hardy, so, and it's a logging road and it's not the best, so hence you don't get a lot of traffic out here. Rain picking up all the plastic debris on the beach. Certainly couldn't have picked a better day. Watch the waves. People. There, just like that. The only downside I think to these chairs is you need something on the feet because they do dig into the sand, so that's word to the wise. Not bad. That's how you do it.
I guess I do sink to the sand.
Well, doing some traveling here, and we're gonna poke our head into Ronning's garden, see what's happening. Roning's garden history is apparently it was established in 1910 by Norwegian settler Brent Roning, who lived on Vancouver Island. He cleared over 5 acres of rainforest to create the wilderness garden using exotic seeds and cuttings. After Roning's death in 1960s, the garden fell into disrepair but was later restored by volunteers and subsequent owners. Today, it's a heritage site featuring a mix of his original exotic plants and encroaching native growth.
Wow. Amazing.
If you slip away from the main trail, west from the parking lot pullout, you'll find something smaller, quieter, a pioneer cemetery tucked into the slough and cedar.
As you can see, the trail is very overgrown.
Tried to dig up some information and history on this cemetery, but there's not a lot available. All I could find is it was settled by Danish colonists in the early 1900s, and the village was named after Baron Ludwig Holberg. But other than that, I can't dig up much information about this cemetery. From what I can see, though, here it's there's not very many plots, maybe a dozen at most.
You can read this headstone.
This is a fairly new stone. This isn't characteristic of the day, obviously, but perhaps somebody that lived up here back then expired and they laid him to rest. A couple we actually met here at Ronning's Garden, and they have a YouTube channel, and I'm sure it looks like other social media platforms. You can obviously check it out by their code there, and also post a still, so you can click on the barcode there. Amazing rig. Another adventure today. We're going to head into what they call Suquash. It's like an old mining area with some old machinery and buildings. Well, somewhat left of the buildings apparently. Guess we're going to find out.
A little history about the area. Um, According to the history records, in 1835, a First Nations family told the Hudson Bay Company about coal at Suquash. And the First Nations were the first to mine the coal, but it wasn't long before the Hudson Bay Company began mining operations to support the increased use of steamships in the region. The Suquash coal mine is situated very close to Suquash Beach, and you'll see from the video here that the one building there is almost right on the beach. There's plenty of old mining equipment and the remnants of old houses hidden in the woods just behind the beach as well.
Wow, interesting chimney. Wow, this is a different mushroom. Beautiful. Certainly had a beautiful view from whatever was here before. It's like mushroom heaven back here. Amazing. These are beautiful mushrooms. I'm not sure if they're edible or not. I'm sure somebody out there will let everybody know. I'm guessing this is part of the mine here. Let's see, the pipe went in. Little treasure chest of history back here. Take us an old boiler. Steam donkey over here. Lonely mushroom growing in the boiler. As you can tell by the sign, we're now in a little town of Zeballos. And touring the North Island the last few days. We're actually looking for bears, but we're not having much luck at all. I thought this time of year would be good, but I guess they've eluded us. So you're getting a little tour of Zeballos.
Is that right, eh? Did you guys ever go out to Friendly Cove?
We've never been out to Friendly Cove. We actually, we were going to head out that way, but in a 14-foot boat's probably not advisable.
Yeah, but you know what? There's that's Raphael Point, and that's named after Raphael, the Spanish guy that he named. That's why there's so many Spanish names. He named all these names.
Yeah.
Like Zeballos is a Spanish name, right?
Right.
And he named all these. And there's a monument there, in the rocks there, and there's an old church there, and then there's a little lake, and there's some small cabins there. But on that lake there, I don't know if you know the history of Maquina, when they insulted the Maquina, the ship that went in there, and they went back and they killed everybody, and sunk the ship, burnt it up, but they kept the carpenter.
Oh, wow.
So they brought the carpenter back to right there at Raphael Point there, and there's an old church there, and there's a book where you can sign, and it's a little book. It's called Maquina, which is a native with the Maquina hat. And if you ever get that chance to get that book, grab it and read it, because it'll tell you all the history of right there. And there's an old graveyard there. And I wandered around there, and there's one lady there that 100 years old. She never left there.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Imagine the
It's
hardships.
overlooking everything, the ocean, and it's big rolly fields and everything where you can just relax. It's just so beautiful.
Oh, we'll have to get out there.
Just thought I'd give you all that.
Before the ghosts find the wake we made, we're slipping through a watercolor blade. Lantern on and the charts have faded. Stories stitched in the nets we braided. The radio whispers of shelter and tide. Names like prayers up and down the side. Tofino cue coordinated at song we drift where the quiet belongs. Southern dawn, light on the water, thread us home through the gray. Every mile right smaller and softer, but your name keeps night at bay. Southern dawn, carry us farther past the edges we've known. If the wind turns hard as a father, let you glow.
Well, this is what it looks like on board the boat. Captain Farrington was kind enough to let me on board.
A cedar hole can remember.
While I was talking to Captain Jim Farrington, he says that he was the survivor of a fishing boat that ran into trouble off the coast of northern Vancouver Island back in October of 1981.
Driftwood stagweeds the
The story goes, north of Vancouver Island, October 1981, a Parksville family fishing boat is in trouble. The longliner Jenna Marie has just hauled roughly 170,000 pounds of sablefish, black cod, when the weather turns ugly. Water rising, pumps can't keep up, the order comes, abandon ship. 11 men roll into a life raft as the North Pacific bares its teeth. Skipper Alan Farrington, his brothers Jim and Doug, engineer Wayne Falter, deckhand Albert Gerard, and the rest of the crew, cold-soaked but fighting. 54 hours on the raft, 2 nights of wind and black water, then headlights on the horizon, and a radio crackle. They're found. The crippled Jenna Marie is taken under tow by the tug Sea Prince, and the survivors are brought towards Port Hardy. All 11 survived. This is the Jenna Marie.